Sweet potatoes. Here's going to be a show that gives you a reason to add them to your diet. Joining me in the studio is Jan Dougan. She is the Health and Human Services Educator for Purdue Extension here in DuBois County. Jan, welcome to the show.
Thanks, Bill. Always great to be here, share information with everybody.
Well, today we're going to talk about sweet potatoes. And, you know, I always remember sweet potatoes basically being a Thanksgiving meal. It's the only time you ate them. Well, now you can find sweet potato fries and you can bake them at home. There's so many different ways to do sweet potatoes.
Yeah, sweet potatoes are readily available to us, whether you get them fresh or whether you get them in the frozen food section or in the canned section. There's even canned sweet potatoes. So, you know, they're out there. They're a great orange vegetable to add to your plate. And we want to encourage everybody watching to eat more veggies. So this is one you can add to your plate.
Now, why do you stress orange? It's a great orange vegetable. Is it important to have colors?
Because, yeah, we need to put lots of colors on our plate. And actually, we should be selecting 3 orange vegetables every week to eat. So, you know, you should have carrots one day, you should have sweet potatoes one day, and then maybe orange peppers in your salad the next day. So right there would be 3 choices. Because of the different antioxidants that we get from the different vegetables, it's important to eat a variety of color of vegetables, to select some green ones, some white ones, yellow, red, orange. You know, mix it up all week long, get those vegetables, add them to your plate, enjoy them in family meals. We don't want to just eat green because then we're missing out on the nutrients that we would get from the orange or red vegetables. So, you know, just another reason to mix it up and make your plate look colorful.
Now, a sweet potato, is some of the drawback with it is preparing it, getting it ready?
Yeah, I think people look at a sweet potato in the grocery store and they think, I got to start from scratch. I got to scrub it. I got to bake it. I got to bake it for 30 minutes or an hour, or depending upon the temperature that you set your oven at, or I got to bake it, or I've got to boil it, and then I got to cut it and chop it, and then I got to add marshmallows and brown sugar to it and get it back in the oven. And it just seems like such a long process. So, you know, I think learning how to prep things, learning how to prep the vegetables is really a key to making it easy for you to get it done, and what prepping you can do in advance and what prepping you have to do right before you prepare a vegetable. One of the first things we want to remind people of is anytime they pick a sweet potato that they want to utilize in family meals, that we need to wash it. And I wanted to show you what I've been using lately. So we need to wash this potato under cool running water. So we could use a scrub brush, which I brought one of those along. Yep. So a lot of people are familiar with this, that you'd have cool running water and you'd scrub the potato like this to make sure you get all the dirt off. I'll give that back to you. But then we also have available to us these washing gloves. So like, you know, when you're getting ready for a big family meal or a big event that you've got to do a lot of potatoes, you put these gloves and you put them on both hands, and then you put this under the cold running water and you scrub it, and you can do them a lot faster.
Sure.
So that expedites the prep time in the kitchen with this sweet potato. The other thing is just cutting it, peeling it and cutting it. You know, you can eat the peel of a sweet potato. You don't have to peel it, but a lot of people believe that they like it better if they peel it. So, you know, in our new resource that we have from Purdue Extension, the Food Link, that shares information about all fruits and vegetables and how to prep, how to store, how to use, how to buy, recipes for using that fruit or vegetable. They have a video clip about how to cut sweet potatoes for slicing and for sweet potato fries. So why don't we show the viewers today how easy it is to cut a sweet potato.
We have a whole sweet potato, and if you're looking to roast the whole sweet potato to scoop out the insides, all we want to do is first poke. You can use a knife or just something as easy as a fork. So we'll poke it a couple times. And that's really all you have to do to prep it for the oven or the microwave. But if you're using a sweet potato to make sweet potato fries or into a soup or something, first you'll peel the potato. And then for a sweet potato, if you're going to fry it, it's really important that you have very, very consistent sizes. So the best tool is a mandolin if you have that in your kitchen. Otherwise, you can slice very thin. Otherwise, you can make julienne strips. And it's great if you can slice multiple at the same time. That'll help with your consistency and your efficiency as well. If you're going to use these for baked sweet potatoes, but you want them in small pieces, you want them to cook very quickly, you can easily dice. Especially once you've already done the work to get them into the julienne strips, the dicing is easy and they're very convenient.
Now you've seen how to prepare a sweet potato. Jan, what are some recipes for making a sweet potato, for baking, cooking?
So do you use sweet potatoes at home, Bill?
Yes, I like them. I like them in the old Thanksgiving way. You know, baked with marshmallows and brown sugar. But then I also have become a new fan of what they call the fried sweet potatoes, or sweet potato fries, which I don't know if they're really so much fried as much as baked.
So they come out like a fried sweet potato, but they are baked. So you use a high temperature in the oven. Usually when I do that, I cut them just like she showed us on the video, how to slice them into fries. And I put them on a baking sheet with either olive oil or a canola oil. Toss them in that, then put them in an oven 425 degrees and turn them maybe 3 times during the process, and in about 35 minutes they're done. So about every 12 minutes I'll turn those fries and get them nice and brown and crispy. And they're great to eat like that. So that's a very popular way of eating them. But you know, the sweet potato, you can mash it. You can, just like you do regular potatoes. So you boil it or steam it and then mash it and eat it. And baking it. And you know, I would challenge you to try a baked sweet potato with only a little bit of butter and salt and pepper on it, and just see what it's like, because sweet potatoes are sweet in themselves. We don't really have to add as much brown sugar and marshmallows to it as we think we do. It's just, you know, it's a tradition, and it's something that we're used to eating them that way, but we really don't have to do it that way. On the FoodLink resource, they have a number of recipes also that you can try that are a little bit different. And one of the ones that I haven't tried yet that I want to try real soon is sweet potato pancakes. So it's not putting sweet potato in traditional breakfast pancakes, but it's more like potato pancakes. Did you ever have potato pancakes?
Yes.
As a kid growing up, or maybe you still make those where you shred it and you mix it and then you heat it and cook it on oil, and then you have that potato pancake. So there's a recipe to use the sweet potato that way.
You could probably anything you can do with a potato,
exactly.
You can do with a sweet potato, but it's more of a dessert. Because it's
sweeter,
sweet, yes,
and it's orange,
and you can eat your vegetables that way.
Yeah.
And I guess you could even sprinkle like a cinnamon.
Sure,
over the top.
Cinnamon is great on top of that. So, you know, there's think about that. That's a great way to think about a sweet potato. You know, it maybe has a little bit more nutritional value for us than a regular potato, although a regular potato is great to eat. Think about how I cook regular potatoes. I could cook a sweet potato just like that. And then one of the things I want to be sure to mention to people is another great resource on the FoodLink is storage. And so it talks about different ways to store. And one of the easiest things to do with sweet potatoes is you can freeze them. So not freeze them raw. You know, you might want to slice them and roast them, or slice them into nice slices, you know, like 1/2 inch, 3/4 inch slices, and pre-cook however you want to do that, whether you want to boil or steam or roast or bake. And then you can freeze the sweet potato and it's ready to use. So, you know, when we're talking to families about ease of preparation and getting in the kitchen and making family meals, a lot of it is planning ahead. So, you know, if you have those sweet potatoes already in the freezer and you just have to pull them out and microwave them to heat them up for dinner, and then you throw whatever else together you want with that, that would be great.
Sweet potatoes are pretty versatile, more so than we think.
Yeah, yeah, and they're great for us.
And again, this information is available on FoodLink. It is a new service through Purdue University. You could either just use a search engine and type in FoodLink, or
you should type in Purdue Extension Food Link.
Okay.
That will take you directly to it.
And that's what you want to go to, because there's so much information there on many different vegetables and fruits that you can do things with.
Right, great resource. Get people cooking, get people trying new fruits, new vegetables, ones they haven't tried before. Eat more fruits and veggies.
And add orange vegetables 3 times a week.
Yeah.
To your diet. Jan, thank you very much for coming in.
Okay, thank you, Bill.
Jan Dougan has been our guest here on 18 WJTS. Today we've been talking about sweet potatoes, but there's so many fruits and vegetables you can use. Check out Purdue University's FoodLink website to get more information and to try something new. Thank you for watching WJTS. We're local people watching local people.